So, lesson number 2 is about aircraft sectioning. So, when you say aircraft sectioning, ang gagawin natin is i-divide natin yung parts ng aircraft into different sections or portions to get the area. So, the 5 main parts of an aircraft, of course, fuselage, empennage, wings, landing gears, and the power plant. The fuselage is the body of the aircraft, so it contains the cockpit and the cabin. The empennage is the tail plane, so yun yung buntot. So it composes of 2 other parts, which is the vertical stabilizer and the horizontal stabilizers. The wings, of course, we have 2, the left and the right wing. Malamang din naman makakalipad yung aeroplano kung isa lang yung pakpak. And then the landing gears, or the structure which supports the aircraft when it is on the ground, and the power plant, or the engines, which provides thrust or the power to move forward. So, when it comes to the 5 main parts of an aircraft, ang pwede lang nating i-section ay ang 4. So, ang masisection lang natin ay ang fuselage, the vertical stab, the horizontal stabilizers, and the wings. Hindi natin masisection ang landing gear and power plant because hindi sila usually rectangular. So, ginagamit natin yung aircraft sectioning madalas sa mga maliliit na aeroplano, yung mga piston engine like the Cessna. So, for aircraft sectioning, we're going to use 3 shapes only. So, sabi ko nga kanina, when you say sectioning, it means that we're going to get their area. So, since area nga gamitin, 3 lang ang shape na pwedeng gamitin. 3 lang. Hindi pwedeng maglagay ng bilog or anything else. Basta square, rectangle, and a right triangle only. So, back to geometry. Ang area ng square, since these sides are all equal, it's just side squared. And then for the area of the rectangle, we have the length and the width. So, the area for the rectangle is length times width. And then for a right triangle, this is the base and then this is the height. So, the area for a triangle is base times height over 2. So, again, inuulit ko, itong 3 shapes lang na to ang pwedeng gamitin pag aircraft sectioning. And then, when it comes to the parts of an aircraft na pwedeng i-section, ang pwede lang ay ang fuselage, empennage, because it contains the vertical stabilizer and the horizontal stabilizers, and the wings. So, yung 4 lang na yun. So, how do we section a aircraft part? So, ganito. So, fuselage, for example, this is the front view of a Cessna. So, kung makikita nyo, this is a front view. We have 90 millimeters, 50 millimeters, 60, and 80. For you to be able to section this one, imagine first how can you create or find the 3 shapes that we are required to use. So, merong square, meron tayong rectangle, and meron tayong right triangle. So, hindi necessarily kailangan gamitin yung 3. Ang sinasabi ko lang, sila lang yung pwedeng gamitin. Kung lahat rectangle, okay lang. Kung lahat square, okay lang din. So, if titignan nyo yung fuselage sa figure, ang unang mapapansin nyo is that it's symmetrical. So, when you say symmetrical, kapag hinati ko siya sa gitna, pantay to ang left side sa right side. Tama ba? O, tama. Sagutin ko yung sarili ko. So, pantay yan pag hinati natin sa gitna because it's symmetrical. Next, para hindi kayo mahirapan mag-section ng buong fuselage na to, you can just section 1/2. Tapos, pagdating mamaya, pag kukumpute na natin yung buong section nito, pwede na lang i-multiply siya ng 2. Since, sabi ko nga, symmetrical, pantay. So, let's just divide this one. Section na natin to. So, kung titingnan nyo, this shape is complicated. So, kailangan lang natin siyang i-break down into these 3 shapes or kung ano man yung applicable na shape. Not necessarily nandito lahat. Ito lang ang pwedeng gamitin. Okay. Gamitin yung imagination nyo. Pag hinati ko siya dito, meron akong rectangle. So, this is 1. I will label that 1. Tapos, kapag yung line na to, dinivide ko, I have 2 more shapes na pwede pang ganito, di ba? So, I will label this 2, and then this is 3. So, kung titingnan nyo, na-breakdown na natin yung half ng fuselage into 3 portions. So, naging rectangle and right triangle na sila. Wala tayong square. But that's okay. Again, hindi kailangan gamitin lahat. So, let's compute for the areas of each portion. So, for area 1, for area number 1, it's a rectangle. So, paano natin malalaman yung measurement na to? This is already 60. So, meron tayong 60. Area 1 is equal to length times width. So, meron tayong length na 60. How about the width? Is this 90? It's not. Kasi ang buong 90 ito. So, since kanina, sabi ko, hinati natin sa gitna, it means you just need to divide 90 by 2. Kasi nga, 1/2 to ng 90. So, this is 45 mm. So, area 1 is just 60 times 45, which is 2,700 square millimeters. So, we're done with getting area number 1. For area number 2, this is where it gets complicated kasi wala tayong alam na kahit anong measurement. So, for area number 2, paano natin makukuha to? What is the height of the right triangle? So, kung titingnan nyo, mayroon tayong measurement na 80 dito and then 60. So, all you need to do is subtract 80 minus 60. This is 20. So, this is 20 mm. So, since ito, kung i-imagine ninyo, pantay lang sila nito. Pantay lang sila. Kahit ano pang gawin niya, pantay yan. So, this is 20. So, the base of the triangle is 20 multiplied by, ano kaya to? How can we get this measurement? So, for you to be able to get this measurement, kung titignan nyo, this is 90 and this one is 50. So, pwede na natin isubtract to. 90 minus 50, we have 40 mm. But this is not 40 mm kasi paghahatian pa ng dalawang to ang 40. So, meron tayong missing part dito, missing part dito. Again, 90 minus 50. Ang natitirang sides na to ay paghahatian ang 40. So, it means this is 20. Inuulit ko. 90 minus 50. Since tatanggalin natin yung portion na to, ang matitira yung nawawala dito. Which is kapantay ng mga nandito. Ito. Pantay sila nito. Diba? Pag binaligtad natin yung triangle. So, for you to get this, since pantay sila, 90 minus 50 is 40, tapos divided by 2 kasi dalawa to. So, 20 to. So, area number 2 is 20 times 20 over 2. Kasi base times height over 2 ang right triangle. So, this is equal to 200 square millimeters. So, we already have area 2. And then, for area number 3, ito ang area number 3. So, kung iti-check nyo, ang measurement nito ay 20. So, pantay lang sila ng base ng right triangle. So, area number 3 is 20 times. Paano naman natin makukuha to? Okay. This whole area is 45. So, all you need to do is 45 subtract itong nasa gitna. So, 45 minus 20, this is 25. Okay, inuulit ko. This is yung pagkakahati. Since 20 to, subtract natin siya sa 45. This is 25. So, area number 3 is 20 times 25 or 500 square millimeters. Since tapos na tayong kunin lahat ng areas ng bawat portion, let's go to compute the whole area ng fuselage. Okay, so after computing the separate portions or sections of the fuselage, eto na tayo. So we have portion number 1, which is 2,700. So it's 60 times 45. So this is 45. And then portion number 2 is 200 because this is 20. This is 20. And then the formula is base times height over 2. So it's 20 times 20 over 2. It's 200. And then portion number 3 is 500 because it is 20. 45 minus 20 is 25. So it's 20 times 25 or 500. So, para mas madaling makuha yung area ng buong to, gawa tayo ng table, portion 1, 2, 3. And then, just add all the areas. 1, 2, 3. So, 27 plus 200 plus 500 is 3,400. But, hindi pa ito yung area ng fuselage. Kalahati lang yun. Remember, kanina, hinati natin siya. So, we need to multiply the whole area, the summation of the area by 2. Since, ito, pareho lang nito. So, we need to multiply it by 2. So, the area of the fuselage is 6,800 square millimeters. So, again, don't forget to multiply it by 2 after you add all the areas kasi hinati natin siya kanina. Pag ito lang yung sagot nyo, mali. Kasi kalahati lang yun ng fuselage. So, multiply it by 2 para makuha yung buong area, which is 6,800. So, this is another example for aircraft sectioning. So, we have here the wings. So, this is already sectioned out for you. So, meron tayong 2 portions, area 1 and area 2. So, if you can see, area 1 is a rectangle. So, area 1 is only length times width. So, the length is 180 times 45. Ganun lang kadali. Area 1 is 8,100 square millimeters. Reminder lang, lahat ng areas are in square millimeters. Lahat ng units should be squared. And then for area number 2, it's a right triangle. So, the formula is base times height over 2. So, the base is 180 times. This measurement is still missing. So, paano natin siya makukuha? Of course, we have here 80. 80 to. This is 45. So, all you need to do is subtract this. 80 minus 45 is 35. So, this is 35. Again, para makuha to, tong part na to, all you need to do is subtract the whole by this 45 kasi siya yung matitira dito. Pantay lang sila. So, this is 35. So, area number 2 is 180 times 35 divided by 2. Which is equal to 3,150 square millimeters. Since tapos na tayo makuha yung area 1 and area 2, we're done with the portions. Fill up na lang yung table. So, area 1 is 8,100. Area 2, portion 2 is 3,150. And then, summation of area, add lang natin. This is 11,250. But, hindi pa ito yung area ng wings natin. Kasi, isang wing lang to. Try nyo lumipad aeroplano, isa lang yung pakpak, no? My gosh. So, you need to multiply it by 2. Don't ever forget to multiply it by 2. Again, hindi siya pwedeng isa lang kasi isa lang yung pakpak nyo pag ito lang yung sagot nyo. So, multiply it by 2. This is 22,500 square millimeters. So, ito na yung area ng wings natin. So, those are my examples for aircraft sectioning. Again, don't forget na ang pwede lang natin gamitin na figures ay etong tatlong to. And these are their formulas. Plus, just a little note. Diba? Ito lang yung pwedeng kunan ng area, fuselage, empennage, because of the stabilizers, the vertical stab, and the horizontal stabs, and then the wings. Sa apat na to, isa lang ang hindi i-multiply by 2. Ang hindi lang i-multiply by 2 ang vertical stab kasi nag-iisa lang to. Ito, dalawa. Ang fuselage, ito times 2 kasi pag hinati natin siya kalahati lang. And then wings times 2 kasi dalawa yung ipakpak. So that's it for aircraft sectioning. Abangan niyo yung susunod kong vlog. Peace!